Greetings. My name is Zoyisile Norman Bafo, Emeritus. I'm a retired minister of the Uniting Reformed Church in Southern Africa. I was serving at the Zola congregation since 2001 until 2022. There is something that I want to share with you. Sometimes there are things that are happening to us as human beings. Sometimes we find ourselves in troubles, in problems. Sometimes problems are brought by other people to ourselves. Sometimes we ourselves invite the problems into our lives. And now I want to be clear here. I'm not intending to judge anybody, but I want to talk about what I experienced, what I went through, and how I succeeded in those, because I was also in problem. And the problem I want to talk about is a prison. Is a prison. Sometimes we do things that land us in prison. Sometimes unaware or unintentional, we find ourselves in prison. Now I want to talk about a prison with walls and a prison without walls. There is a prison with walls, and there is a prison without walls. Because others are in prison, serving the sentence in prison. Others were serving sentences outside prison, who are in prison without walls, by the things that we have put ourselves into. Now, what I want to bring to us is that there is a way out. It starts with a will, a desire to be out of that prison. And where there is a will, you must be willing to be out of that prison. And of course, sometimes it's difficult, but you have to try. You have to get into that road of getting yourself out of that prison. And it's possible if you set your mind on that. For instance, let me make an example. If you are in prison, you desire to be out of prison. And sometimes you have to look at yourself. Look at the things that happened to you, or look at the things that you have done. And that's why they say you make an introspection. You look at yourself. You ask yourself a question, saying who you are. Who you are. You must find yourself. You must know who you are. You are not what happened. You are not what you are called to be. You are not what people say you are. Because you are more than that. There is power in you. There is strength in you. There are things that you don't know about you. There is strength that you never even tapped on it. That is why I say it starts with your will. If you're willing to get up to that. And of course, you will succeed if you put your mind on that. That's why the scripture says Paul says in Romans chapter 12, verse 1, it do not be conformed by the pattern or the standards of this world. And your mind must be transformed. In other words, you must change the way you think. You must change the way you thought of yourself, the way you think. Because sometimes we become negative in things that, things that will help us. We become negative. For instance, when you're in prison, there's nothing you can do because you're in prison. Oh no, there's a lot that you can do. Believe in yourself, have a self-esteem. Know who you are. Ask yourself what happened? What went wrong? What led you to be there in prison? And sometimes friends, you had friends that were not honest to you. You've listened to people saying there's nothing you can do, and you believe that. When you are in prison, stand up. Know who you are, because you were not created to be locked in a prison.